In 2002, a group of investors embarked on a journey to integrate the economies of East Africa by ensuring that the region had sufficient supplies of oil products. The dream was motivated by the grim reality that poor infrastructure was posing a major challenge to efforts by industrialists to access the crucial commodity, petroleum. With this dream, Dalbit Petroleum was born.
10 years ago most of the companies that were coming to specialize in the mines started coming to Africa, about 15 years. What we saw is a market in between where the big giants were not getting into. And as you saw the growth of this region, there was a big surge of the petroleum needs or energy sector. It is that growth that has also propelled us to where we are today.
What's happened over the years is we've taken on or created a very good management team around us, employing professional people, well qualified, and that's enabled us to grow the company exponentially as we have done over the last 10 years, leading to our presence in 7 countries in the region. We're in Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Uganda, Southern Sudan, DRC generally.
Dalbit Petroleum was actually the first petroleum company to come to Southern Sudan. And we came in when there were no roads, rough terrains. We decided that we wanted to be part of the economic development of this country.
We have 3 locations, that is Rumbek, Wau and Juba. Dalbit has a laboratory, in fact it's the only one in Southern Sudan. It's run by SGS, that we do carry out a fuel test for all kinds, and it's the only one in Southern Sudan. With that and the infrastructure that we are very, very confident that we'll grow with the new market as it's coming up.
This was the first place to start issuing fuel, aviation fuel, cars fuel, and also lubricants. They introduced shortly, and in fact it has helped a lot.
Tanzania is the same port like Mombasa, but Tanzania is now much more utilized to service the industries in Rwanda, Burundi, and also in Lubumbashi and Goma. This is because of the congestion that has been there in Mombasa port.
Our logistics support basically involves the receiving of fuel, handling all the transactions that involve the clearance of fuel, the customs processes, taking care of the storage, and ensuring that there is adequate transportation for the fuel to the various destinations. For us to be able to handle the fuel that we handle in Tanzania, we rely on specific post depots for the storage facilities, because Dalbit does not have any storage facility in Tanzania. Our key support for the hospitality has been GAPCO, Tanzania Limited.
Dalbit has been storing product from us on a regular basis, a monthly volume of around 20 million liters. It has been a #1 customer. We have been having a long and good relationship with Dalbit.
On the average per day, we can load up to 70 Dalbit trucks, just Dalbit trucks.
TMSL was set up 2 years ago predominantly to ensure that the fuel for Dalbit was delivered to all its clients. Once we know the vehicle is ready to move, we inform Dalbit headquarters in Dar, who then allocate those vehicles to whatever destination they require. And that's done through our operations team and Dalbit's operations team.
Our presence in Zambia has been started off about 3 years ago, and we have been learning the government contracts there and servicing others that are in Zambia. We started off with a small contract of 7,000, and as the 7,000 cubes, and as the market grew, it reached to 15,000 cubes per month on delivery into Zambia market.
Ndola Fuel Terminal was constructed by government in 1968. The role of this terminal was to store the product and to distribute to every part of the country. About 2.5 years ago, it became very clear that the terminal had a lot of problems. We had situations where tankers would come here and fail to offload for days. In order to mitigate against that, the government partnered with Dalbit to start rehabilitation of the tanks.
The scope includes the refurbishment of all furnaces, replacement of pipe work, replacement of tanks. That will save Zambia a lot of money in terms of foreign exchange, because then we would not have to import bitumen for all our road rehabilitation projects.
We were then asked by the government to come up with a few more depots. And this one is one of them, Lusaka. This is the biggest that we have. And we are very excited to be here and to see it. And we can see that very soon shortages will be a thing of the past.
Oil is an interesting subject because the partnership of oil is never, it depends on who is in the market at that time. We have seen new people coming in like ADAX, Trafigura, and those are the current partners because it is all based on issue of demand and supply, and the pricing is the critical part. It's quite a lucrative market if you think of it because of the infrastructure that is opening and the mining that is coming up.
Dalbit Petroleum, which is actually celebrating its 10th year since inception in 2002, trades here under the name of Congo Petro.
We're into supplying mining companies with fuels and lubricants, and we're trying to expand the market to go further into Congo and fueling the growth in DRC.
They supply us fuel and have done since about March 2010, which is what we use on the mine for primarily generating electricity for the Agreco generators, as well as the utilization on the mining equipment.
We've got a very good fleet of trucks. We supply very clean fuel and lubricants. We even supply storage to customers that don't have enough storage. We can put tanks in place immediately. We have trucks for hire to go off-road. We have bladders. We have offloading pumps. So we sort of back up the customer.
The quality of fuel that we get through Dalbit has been better than can be expected.
Right here where you're standing, this is our parking yard. As you've seen a number of trucks here. That's when they come from Beira, Dar es Salaam or South Africa, where we might have sourced our product from. We give it a maximum of 24 hours. We don't like keeping transporters here for so long. We have tried and cleared all the requirements, the statutory procedures, and gotten the approval to offload.
Mimi jina ya kwangu ni Fred Mpok. Nasimamia mafuta ya ndege. Na nikifika huko kwenye ndege, tena nitafanya ile mahesabu kamili kwenye pilot. Mafuta kama iko nzuri, natoa pia os, natia kwenye ndege, natia mafuta kwenye ndege ya president, natia mafuta kwenye watu wengi sana wale wanafika hapa.
The land which you see behind me is where we propose to install 4 million liters diesel tanks as well as 1 million liter jet A1 tanks.
Now with the integration of the market, we want to our places in all these countries on the niche market, because I find that we have got 150 million people population that is going to be here. What does that mean? The springing up of industries. What kind of industries? There will be the glass industries, there will be different industries, they will need different things in the energy. And that's the gap we want to see the Dalbit Petroleum filling in this market.
I wanted to make a real difference, a major difference. In other words, it had to be a project that if I walked away from, it wasn't going to be done by anybody else.
When we opened, we had only 15 students in first year. Today we have 70 kids. We've just had a new people, the Dalbit International, and they're keeping in life, and this is why we were able to restart the school in 2010.
Here is a thank you note. We have nothing to say, and we can say congratulations. May God bring you up.
Thank you so much.
The foundation has three main projects. It's called the Go Congo Foundation, and one of the projects is a school. We have a kindergarten and primary school, and as well as education for youth and adults, as well as agricultural courses in order to form farmers associations and cooperatives.
We have actually today donated 10,000 US dollars, which we believe is going to go a long way in terms of assisting in the growth of the school.
The challenges when you are having many patients, one is the space. And also sometimes we are overwhelmed when there are so many. We can be short of stretchers or even to some extent wheelchairs. We so appreciate for what we have done. We thank you guys, and we should have the same spirit, not only to our hospital, maybe to other hospitals and in other countries.
For Dalbit, we are here for the tree planting. The company believes to get the best out of the environment, and without the right environmental surrounding, the life will not be there. The extent we have requested from KFS is 20 acres, which we want to be able to plant the trees in 20 acres and maintain the trees for the next 3 to 5 years.
East and Central Africa is very much our focus at the moment, but we're not restricting ourselves to that, and we would like to see ourselves in 10 years' time as a force in the whole continent.
So when you are coming into this Africa region, one company you have to think about is Dalbit Petroleum as my partner in solving my problems in energy.